What's going on, Praise Indy? This is Ronnie and Brett Snodgrass here with the Helpful Home Buyers. I pray and hope that you guys are doing well. Brett, is school right around the corner?
It is. Yes. I can't believe the summer is almost over. It's like, man, the summer just keeps getting shorter and shorter and shorter. But we've had a great summer with the kids and a lot of outside swimming activities, camps, and it's just been vacations. It's been a lot of fun.
That's
Camping.
good. That's good. Well, it's been hot.
Are
That's
you a
all I got.
camper? Are you a camper?
Not at all, Brett. Not at all. No.
All right.
TM camp. That's the only camp I go to. What's up, TM campers? I know you guys are listening. but yeah, no. So thank you guys for joining us. We wanted to talk today, just about homes that we buy, right? We buy homes in any condition. We've seen a lot of different situations. We bought homes in all the area codes here in Indianapolis. We bought them at Geis and Fishers. We've bought them, down in Greenwood, Greenfield. We bought them in, Little Flower or No Flow, North Little Flower. We bought them, down in Hallville. We've bought all over the city, in a big range of spectrum. So there is nothing that, that we're scared of, or nothing that, can scare us off altogether. We're here to help, no matter what the situation looks like.
Amen. Yes. And we're talking about just, again, homes that we're buying in any condition. And we always like to tell stories. I think that's how I learn. And I'm sure you guys are the same. Just you learn through stories. And so we're going to tell a couple of stories about a couple of homes that we've purchased, just to kind of give you a picture of the types of homes that we purchased. And maybe you have a home that is like any of this condition. You don't want to be embarrassed about it. And so I'm reminding of a story that I purchased a home. This was years ago. This was in South Bend, Indiana. So I typically don't buy houses in South Bend. We're mostly buying houses in Indianapolis, but there was this deal that I thought was a pretty decent deal in South Bend, Indiana. And I bought this home. And this was a kind of a sight unseen home, and the tenant that had just left there really had done a job on this particular home, broke a lot of the windows in this home. He had tore out some of the plumbing in this home, so it didn't have working water, and he had ripped out some of the cabinets in this particular home, so it didn't have a kitchen. He had put holes in the walls in this particular home, and so again, you're walking in, and it was just a really destruction zone home that I had walked into. And I said, you know what, I've seen this before, and that's okay. And then the winter had came along, and some other I remember it was snowy. We had feet of maybe a foot or a couple of feet of snow in this particular home. And I said, I got to go check out this home. I've been vacant for 3, 4, 5 months now. And so I went and checked it out, and I couldn't even hardly get into the home. And I had to kind of walk through tromping through this heavy snow on this home in this construction zone, and I didn't even live here, right? I lived far away, and I couldn't hardly manage this home. And I said, I really need to just walk away. I need to sell this home because this is just too much work that I can handle not living in this particular area. And that was just a home that I actually sold. I was in kind of a hardship sort of situation, and I sold it at a discounted price to an investor in that particular area that I know they could take care of this home a lot better than I could. So that was just a situation that I was involved in, that I've actually been in the other side of this, that I've been in your shoes per se, if you have a home like this. So I just want to kind of share that particular story that was a situation that I ran into. And Ronnie, I know you are literally on the front lines most of the time in this business. You're traveling through the Indianapolis streets. You're looking at these properties. You're meeting with sellers. You're building relationships. And I know you've seen a lot because you've actually came back and told me so many different stories about some of the homes that you've seen. So there was a home, I think, recently that we had purchased, and it was a doozy. You had a lot to say about that home. So can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, so again, like I said, there is now no condemnation when we come to take a look at your house. Okay? like it is okay. But I went to take a look at a property. Seller was in a situation where she was like, "Hey, I'm ready to go to my family's taking me to a nursing home. I just want out. I don't want to deal with it. So she said, I'm just going to leave the door open, figure it out. And then she just says, hey, be careful. I said, okay. Thank you at least for the forewarning. So I went to take a look at the property, and it was intense to say the least. There were a lot of cats that were in the home still. There were actually some dogs still upstairs, and there were a lot of their aftermath. That's what I'll call it. That was still, you know, um, deep in the carpet stick. So when you step on the carpet would go down and it would be wet, and it was not wet with water. Um, and there would be mud on like one of the walls, but it was not mud. And so it was a very intense situation. And again, thank you, ma'am, because you warned me that it was going to be intense, and so thankfully also too, we come prepared for those things. We have shoe covers and stuff like that. So, and again, we don't, not making fun of anybody, but we just understand the situation, and so a lot of people are thinking, oh wait, I got to clean up, I got to do this, I got to do that. Sometimes your time and situation doesn't call for all of that prep. We're not necessarily there to look at the cleanliness of it. We're there really more so just to kind of check the structure, like how are things going? Am I going to fall through the floor? And that happened before.
It
Okay, I,
has.
I,
Yeah.
I have fallen through a floor, on an older property. And again, these things happen, but we're just there just to confirm the conditions that you and I talked about, just so we can assess what the repairs might be, so that we can prepare, a home offer, that's custom to you, that custom to your need, so that it can be a win-win situation. Again, we're just there to help. And again, I've also seen properties on the opposite end of the spectrum, to where I have walked into the property and I said, "Hey, why am I here?" because because most of the properties that we see, there's a physical distress situation, what I'm saying, that we can see, and there's repairs needed. But in this situation, this one was, top of the line on everything, on the appliances, the floor, the landscaping, all of it was extremely nice. And just coming out, it was just an inherited property, and they just wanted to just kind of just move it and didn't want to deal with it, and they didn't want to have to do the time and all of that. And I said, I understand that too. So when I say we have seen the full spectrum of properties, we have, and we are comfortable with it all. And so you don't have to feel any shame when you call us. You don't have to be embarrassed. What I'm saying, when you want to talk with us, and you don't have to, put up a guard, when we come out to take a look at the property. We're going to meet belly to belly. You're going to get a nice, warm conversation. And we're just going to be open and honest with each other, and we're going to make you an open and honest offer on your home. And we're going to get an open and honest situation. We want to know, hey, is there something going on with the foundation? That's important for us to be able to kind of just know. Let's just take a look at that and see. Is there something going on? We might ask a couple of questions about the roof or something when we're walking through it. And again, this is just for us to take inventory for some things maybe that we can't see. But again, you don't have to be embarrassed about those things. No one's judging you for those things. It's just awareness, so that we're all working with the same information.
Mm. Yes, definitely. So whether it is, we talked about a physical distress, and we see that many, many times and times again, or it can be an emotional distress, right? And that could be an inherited home, something that you don't have much time to deal with, or you don't have the emotional capacity to deal with. That we can, coming from Galatians 6:2, bear that burden. We take on these types of burdens because this is what we do. We've done it for a long time, and we know how to take on these risks and these problems. And as I mentioned in a couple episodes ago, is a lot of times we buy people's burdens or buy people's problems along with their properties. And so we are here to help you and guide you. So I guess just to kind of summarize everything, we will buy any property in any condition and with any type of challenge with that. So if you have that, we're willing to help you, or at least just give you counsel, give you advice, just to take a look, and we can kind of give you some guidance on it. Sometimes, Ronnie's actually walked in a house and said, "Hey, why don't you list it with an agent?" And that's totally fine if that's the exit strategy that you choose to do. But if we can help and we're an organization that you would like to trust with this burden and just talk to someone who's heard it all, we can be that company for you here at Simple Quarters. So this is a wrap on today's particular episode. Ronnie, why don't you wrap us out, man?
Andy, you guys have a great one. Get ready for school. I know you guys are excited. Definitely praying that you guys have just a wonderful school year this year. Praying for all of the teachers, praying for all the administrators, and just protection over every kid that is going to school this school year. It's going to be a great year for you guys. All right, you guys have a great one.
Simple Quarters has been helping homeowners for over 17 years. As a Christian company, we love helping hurting Hoosiers out of difficult situations. We are incredibly flexible to meet your individual needs and help relieve you of your stress and hardships. All you have to do is call us at 317-900-HOME, and we can start helping you today. Please, give us a call. 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME.
What has it been like working with Brett Snodgrass, and would you recommend him again?
Absolutely. If you ever get in a situation like we got in, Brett, call him immediately, because he'll just make everything okay. And all your worry that you have at the time, and just the nervousness and everything, he just makes it go away. He's like a soft pillow to lay your head on. He's just been absolutely great. I recommend him 1,000%. I've lived in Indianapolis my whole life. I graduated from Pike High School in 1982 as class president. I've lived in this area my whole life, and he's just been wonderful. The whole company's been great, everybody from top to bottom. So if you're ever in a situation like this, I encourage you from the bottom of my heart, call Brett.
Everyone that I met from Simple Quarters was wonderful to work with. They really show the Christian spirit that they put out in their advertising, from the offer to moving out and having an extra day to get my stuff together. Everyone was very courteous and kind and understanding, and I highly recommend Simple Quarters.
Hey, Bill, where you been? You overdue for a haircut.
Man, listen, my water pipes burst and flooded my house. The place is a mess. I've been staying with my daughter till I can figure out what to do.
You trying to fix it and move back in?
No way. It's too big a mess. It'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I ain't got that kind of money.
So you're trying to sell it then?
That's what I'd like to do. But who's gonna buy my house in this condition?
Did you call Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters bought our house when we were in the jam. We needed to move real quick. They closed fast and gave us cash.
Simple Quarters will buy in any condition?
That's right. They buy as is. You don't have to repair anything or clean anything out. It's simple.
What do I have to do?
Just call them. They'll do a quick walkthrough, then they'll make you an offer.
That is simple. I'll call them today.
Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to help people in difficult situations. Call us now at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME to get the conversation started today.